everybody. My name is Brandon Ross. I'm your host and game master for tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn.
We love you,
Remember,
production.
everybody. Those are the mimics in the background. Remember to feed the mimics.
Oh man.
Remember, be nice to Smurfs. I gotta get to these announcements. Quit yelling at me when they can't hear you. Hey, y'all. We're gonna play some D&D tonight eventually when I get done laughing because there's a voice you can't hear that I can. It's audio issues, not actually like in my head. They're there too.
Hopefully.
I realized how bad it sounded when I said it, okay?
Uh-huh.
Should I have said it?
Deep breaths. Deep
We're gonna
breaths.
speed through these announcements.
Damn, production, calm down.
Hey, how you doing today? Hope it's going great. We're gonna play some D&D, but first we're gonna knock out some announcements. If you have not done so, please do us a huge favor. Head over to our link tree and go give us a follow, a like. Tell us how much you enjoy or don't enjoy our content. A comment, whatever. Also, if you want to come laugh and have fun, there's two places you should consider checking out. The first being the Player Hater Gaming Discord, where you can come join us, share memes, talk life, play D&D, just have fun, build a great community. But if you want somewhere that really focuses on an incredible D&D community and is growing rapidly, I'll throw it over to David for a quick talk about that great Discord place. David.
Yes, it is based off of the original Twisted Perception campaign sometime in the future, where we get to understand a bit more of the story settings in essence, as well as the chaos that you may bring to the table. And on top of that, let's just say the fact that you want to take parts and create a epic chapter. We will teach you how to do that as well. So join us and have fun.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
Yeah, of course. You said quick.
I thought I had a few more moments to just get this jacket off, but I guess not. So,
No.
anyways, yeah. Outside of that, hang on, it's really hot in this office. I've been laughing too much. Oh, there we go. Sun's out, guns out, right?
Jeez.
There's the sun today.
It's gonna be a great night. It's a good
Yeah.
night for some trauma bonding that's gonna happen tonight. But first of all, first things first. If you don't know, we got a little bit of a switch up in our schedule this week, and it's gonna be a consistent switch up. We think it's gonna work better for everybody all involved. Of course, Wednesdays will still be here at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then starting on this Saturday, you're used to seeing them on Sunday. They are now the Saturday weekend crashers. They will be having fun playing through Baldur's Gate 3 as their respective characters, Leviathan and Red. That is, of course, our very own Nutmeg and Nyx. Look forward to seeing you guys.
Chaos.
Cause for chaos. Yeah, basically.
Absolute chaos.
Yeah.
A few blurred scenes here and there, you know.
Allegedly blurred scenes.
Yes.
We're trying.
Difficulties. But for them to be able to do that, of course, we moved our PhD plays to Sunday at 1 Central Time. And with that, that gives me a better opportunity to be around for those. So maybe you'll see me around for those on the weekend fun games a little bit more. Because Saturdays I had a prior engagement that I'm not going to talk about, but Sundays we're free and open. I look forward to having fun with you guys. Now, next Tuesday, we're going to see the return of Mr. David. Are you going to be switching up to a certain game? Or are you going to be
No.
where you're at?
No, I am going to complete that game that we're
Okay.
currently going through
Okay.
to its completion, ending that fight, and watching the credits roll before I go to anything else.
Anything else? Okay. I didn't want to say too much. Just
Yeah,
want to
of
make sure
course.
we know what's
No
going on.
worries.
So look forward to tuning in. You're always a nice background noise while I'm doing my Tuesday cleaning, because that's usually the day I don't have much going on.
Wow, can't even pay attention and be like, "Oh shit, you're almost dead."
No. I got like the phone, like one of those little claw things. I like attach it to something, and I watch you from there while I'm doing dishes.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
But outside of that, we got another announcement to make, but it's easier to make it when there's visuals on screen. So for now, thank you all so much for getting through the announcements. Let's go ahead and let's dig into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, where the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dracix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging out during the intro. So, one last announcement, actually 2 last announcements because they're easier with things to see. As you look on the screen, you can see in the top corner of each of my player boxes, to include my box, you will see a dice there. That dice does not have, if that dice does not have a 3 in there, do them a favor, spend some channel points, give them some guidance so they can make sure they have it should they need it. Or if you want to give me a negative to my rolls, you can give me a DN Bane. Also, we've got some cards to get through today. Let me just quickly check my list of cards. I should probably laminate this and put it to the side because it's never going to change. Actually, I should actually make card cards. Send them off to Vistaprint and make card cards.
Oh yeah.
That might be happening.
Imagine if you just had a deck of monster tarot cards with your deck of situations.
Thinking, honestly, yeah.
I kind of have something I do like that, but
Maybe
it's more of a list, and I roll a dice and see what I
could
get.
make those a gift at a certain event I'll be at this year later on.
There you go.
Ooh, that's a good
That is
idea.
fair.
All right then. More on that later, but for now, spend those channel points, share us with your friends and family. but we're going to let go of the announcements and we're going to get to the story. Cursed Crew. I'd say 26 to 28 hours have passed since ground zero
Okay.
of you guys making a incredible escape from the Vosswood Keep through ingenious uses of abilities found. Unfortunately, 2 of your party members did pass. Through means unknown, connections unknown, motives incomprehensible to mortals, one of them returned with a seemingly gift from the gods in their hand. However, while those of you that physically made it out of there, some of you didn't quite fully mentally make it out unscathed. To that end, I will open up this table as for tonight, just as an open table. Whoever wants to go can go. Just the scene is later in the day of the day after waking up. I'd say it's probably a solid late afternoon. Doc has had time to ponder some questions, sit down with some of you in the kitchen area of the ship. The far distant sound of construction on the ship happening. Obviously, you would be asked to leave your own ship, but Drakix, I would say you would be able to pick up on the fact that there's some of the construction crew just kind of sitting around because they don't have access to one of the rooms currently being occupied. As I'm pretty sure Eva has not left her room yet. Is that correct? I could be wrong.
I believe at the end of last session, Zahn had convinced Eva to at least look at Doc and see that he was alive. So
Yes.
That's right. Okay,
they were
so,
vacating the room.
okay.
Yes.
So Eva, Red, Leviticon, 3 of you in tow are making your way down the little hallway of the ship, up to the main deck and to the kitchen area where the rest of the crew, sans Galen, is awaiting.
Where has Galen been? Just out of curiosity.
Not around.
Interesting.
Noted.
He's gambling.
Basically left a note that said, "Thanks for the shore leave. See you in 2 weeks."
He is currently gambling, talking to women of the night.
He is currently
Sleeping.
allegedly gambling, allegedly talking to women of the night.
And
No,
winning.
those exactly. He's doing all that. He's also trying to see, like, I want treasure, trying to figure out more treasure maps, see what other rumors he can get, and come back and be like, hey, so who wants to get rich?
That's a great point. I'm going to roll like 3d20 to see how well he does at getting a lead on a.
Just luck. Yeah.
Here we go. He might have some promising direction.
Ooh.
Actually, that can be a card play.
You do
Damn.
have something reserved that may be played.
Notes for later.
I swear, every time I think I found my little like ruler that I use to make straight lines, I lose it.
I mean, you have a desk, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he didn't have the excuse, and a cat knocked it over. So you know.
I don't know. I cannot have cats.
No cats?
Very allergic. I love cats. Don't get me wrong. I love them. Very allergic. Bad combo.
So am I. I just
Deal
put
with
up
it.
with it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Because
not
they're
gonna
so
do
cute
that.
and cuddly.
Would the door to the kitchen be open, or would you have closed it?
I think Zon would have left it ajar as she
Okay.
went up.
Okay. Upstairs, Eva, you are brought face to face with the door into the kitchen, knowing what you've been told. Who's on the other side of it?
I guess the question would be, does Zon make way for Eva, or does Zon go straight to Doc, given the circumstances?
I think
Counter question: does Zon even go first?
That's what I'm asking, basically, is...
actually, I think Zon stands at the door and looks at Eva, her hand on the door handle with it like slightly ajar, so like Eva can see Drakix but not Doc yet. She just looks at Eva like, you let me know when, just that kind of look.
Just rip the band-aid off.
And
Whatever a
Zon...
band-aid is.
Yeah.
I would say there's enough evidence of like medical adhesives that the
Yeah.
term "just rip the bandit off" could be viable.
He would apply adhesives to certain wraps, for example.
Right. There's just
So-
not
Just-
the
yeah.
brand of band-aid.
Just tear the bandage off.
Miss Mintwolf, you are
Yeah.
welcome to correctly use the term "rip the bandit
However.
off" in character, and it's
Oh,
canon.
thank you. Appreciate it. Make that a note for my campaign. Thank you.
Zon will open the door, but just stand to the side, letting Eva walk in if she wants to.
I imagine Doc will be at the table with Drax, drinking coffee.
Okay.
This is probably after the entire werewolf conversation anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And after Doc scolds you a little bit about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of dragging Red with me, unfortunately, because she is not letting go of Red. Red is her sanity right now.
Yes.
She is going to slowly make her way over to Doc, and she gently, but still firmly, just shoves him a little bit. Like, are you solid? Are you real?
He'll take that shove, kind of understanding it. He'll look over at you and, I am real. I am back.
But you were
I
nothing.
No, you're not wrong. I definitely was. But when
Did
No.
Valathair?
no, when a god of life tells you to go back, you listen.
That's rather ironic.
I would agree, actually. But irony aside, I am back. No, I'm not a vampire or dampier. To be honest, I'm not sure what I am.
Right. What's the catch?
Actually, real quick, since he mentions that, can Eva tell that he's undead? Would she be able to sense
Through-
that given her nature? Because she has
Ooh.
no way really to detect it otherwise. But I'd be curious if that's something she could know or not.
I know. I'm trying to think.
Like, she doesn't have
What would that area of chance be?
what's that cleric feature? You can sense phase, fiend, and
Blind
undead.
sense.
That's a paladin feature.
Yeah.
Or
That's
pally,
divine
yeah.
sense for paladins, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
No, you're good.
I think there's a cleric equivalent, but it's not a ability. It's more of a spell casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you make me a table, all my players? Tell me what you think about this.
Mm.
What if I ask her for a bloodline check, a D20 plus your Constitution modifier?
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
close enough
Damn, I'm
bloodline
good at this.
relation. It's a close enough
You know,
variation, so that would work.
it will work because when we think about Baldur's Gate, Astarion can sense other vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
Make a bloodline check.
So D20 plus con, so that's just a con check.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Note
Cool.
to self: make mechanics for a thing called bloodline check.
Got it.
There's only one person here who won't need that.
Your D20.
Oh.
18
Nice.
plus
You-
2.
As you push this out there, you've dealt with the undead before, but there's something about whatever has happened to Doctor. You don't get the sense his body is being puppeted or controlled or powered by necrotic forces, but there's just so much to the effort of bringing somebody back that, being as freshly brought back as he is, there is still traces of necromantic energy, just because that's the power of healing magic, resurrection magic. It doesn't, how do I put this? It's
not-
necromancy, but it doesn't make you sick to your stomach. It makes
Right.
you understand.
It's not a
But there
negative
is- yeah.
necromancy.
There is a lingering connotation of it.
Okay,
You can
interesting.
see that there's like a few more threads have lingered on his form versus what should have already dispersed. But it's not enough to cause concern from you. You would take it at this, especially with that just kind of inherent understanding of how your kind works and how the undeath works in general. You would just get this sense that, okay, he's not being controlled, but there's going to be repercussions, God or not, whatever force brings you back.
Right.
After so many crossovers, at what point? What's that? The Theseus ship. Whose ship was that?
You're right. Ship of Theseus. If you
Ship of
break all the
Theseus.
boards
Yes.
or the board's brought away, if you make a new one,
Very much.
is it still the same ship?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that definitely would really like hang in your mind, like
Okay.
heavily.
Interesting. Sorry, I read chat real quick. Thank you, Locked On. Appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. Player is now very overwhelmed. Eva is overwhelmed. But given that she can sense this sort of positive necrotic essence of him, the absolute meltdown that she was about to have sort of gets pushed to the side, and it's
Ooh.
more of a what are you now that takes over her, because this is something she hasn't encountered. She hasn't really dealt with deities, and this positive energy, because this means that he's not like her, and that is almost hopeful to her,
Okay.
So
given
I
her
have-
own nature.
I have a technical question specifically regarding Doc's research into necromancy as a whole.
Okay.
I know world lore lies. Liches are very rare, if not completely unknown. But would have Doc uncovered what a lich is? Not the process to become one, just if what he would have uncovered what it is.
I would say they're potent enough in what they are. They would stand the test of time to still be spoken of in fear and reverence in the wizarding world.
So you're not dead. You're not like us undead either, though.
No. I've only observed one side effect so far, and that's my heart rate doesn't change anymore. It's constant.
Sorry,
steady.
Zon.
Yeah.
He just goes, sorry, Zon.
That's gonna be something to get used to, but
Yeah,
He's
it
here.
definitely is.
Right.
But that's so far the only
But
side
you're
effect I've observed.
whole, right? Like you're
Uh, I checked.
you.
Yes, I'm very much me. I've
Okay.
checked thoroughly.
Okay.
I've been checking for that stuff for years now. Actually, think about it.
Okay.
I have an idea what I could be, but I don't know because I don't know the process to become a lich. But I could be a technical lich, which is very
Mm,
different than most undead.
let's not go there just yet.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There are bad connotations with liches, but it's,
Mm-hmm.
any research about the topic's kind of been lost with the rising of the island, so hard to say if it's good or bad anymore.
Would Red know? Does she have any inkling from her past memories?
I think no more than what
Okay.
individuals who will be educated about it, but yours is less educated tales and more of I don't trust a wizard who's too powerful, basically.
Got it. Got it.
Like this wizard's been around. Like if a human wizard has been known for like hundreds of years, you're kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I good news. I brought good news at least.
Right.
Um, Goddess of Life sent my wife to give me a scroll before I cross back over. Oh, and if the gods left it intervened, the devourer would have took my soul. That's something else. I probably should have mentioned that.
Right. do you
Drac
do you
is
still
currently like this. Halfway to his it's like, wait, what?
uh, when I was over, a lot of black ichor, similar to the devourers, and well, as I was about to cross, something started coming out of the ichor, and well, my wife, being the cleric she is, repelled it as I crossed.
Right.
But and Doc will gesture to the scroll out. I believe we left it unfurled on the table. It's written in Celestial. It's from
Hmm.
the Goddess of Life.
Oh, I can read this. Lovely.
Yes, it is.
those of you that can read this,
Uh-huh.
only about 1/5 of the scroll has been written on. There's space for more writing.
Right. So, not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but this isn't all of it.
No, I think they're giving us out in steps. As we complete them, more will be revealed. Step 1: make the spear. He looks at
Yeah.
Eva when he says that.
Make the spear.
Right.
Easy. We'll do that in an afternoon.
Super
Well,
easy, you know.
it did come with a bit of guide on that, and well, I think you're the only one who can get us the materials, Eva.
Do I dare ask why?
Well, probably your connection to Great King more than anything. I think his realm would be where we would find these materials.
What sort of materials are you looking for?
Well, the core material of the spear is uh, the velatinium staff. It's type of metal that's found within the boundaries between realms.
Yep, that sounds about right. Okay,
The
so let's just add realm walking to my list.
everyone,
Our list.
everyone except for Doctor and trying to think who else. No, this would be everybody. Everybody get a history check.
Oh.
More
All
goose
right.
eggs.
All right, Goose Egg. Let's see what would you give me today.
Yay.
That's a
We're
7.
gonna re-roll that. Yeah. With a sorcery point.
7 for track kicks. Leviticus.
And we're absolutely re-rolling that one. This is the last re-roll. Okay, I'll take it.
Got a dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
Eva.
It actually makes sense for Zon, really.
16 for Eva.
Okay. Red. What was yours again?
18.
Nice. And Doc.
Oh, you told me I didn't have to.
No, go ahead.
Okay. History.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So close. 19.
Mhm.
So
It almost rolled to the nat 20. So close.
track kicks. You've heard of this material, but you have no idea what its properties are. All you know is
Listen,
it's usable. You know it's usable in the arcane.
It's like one of those things to say, hey, we have this. It's good for building ships. That's as far as he knows.
Basically, yeah. The rest of you know that Validium is a naturally occurring crystal that will grow where the boundary between the realms is the weakest. It's just a naturally occurring crystal that grows there.
Oh, Valenium. Okay, yeah.
And depending upon what plane that it's shared with,
Mhm.
it can change the properties of the crystals. Thus, if the material plane and the fire plane, although fire, have a thin, then the crystal has mostly fire properties and can even add fire-like properties to spells that have no business having fire-like properties, because once it's refined and ground into a powder, Validium can be used to replace the cost and materials in spells. So such as diamonds. If you had 300 gold worth of Validium, you don't need a diamond, you just need Validium.
Which means that we get a revive with an element now added on top of it. If that does happen, right? Right?
You don't get to make that roll.
Yes. Can Red have more fire, please?
But I will say, anybody proficient in history,
Boo.
make a history check.
That's nobody, probably.
So Doc.
Yeah, only
Yeah, I was
Doc.
about to say, just Doc.
Actually, I'm not proficient in history, guys.
Yeah.
What?
See?
So nobody.
just-
Nobody is
Nobody.
proficient
Nobody
in
gets a
history.
stab at that then.
I only have Arcana.
Damn.
Yeah.
Red, you have Arcana too, right?
Yes, I do.
Does anybody else share Arcana?
Yes.
Make Arcana checks.
Oh.
With pleasure.
I'll allow
It
it.
makes
Dang it!
sense. It makes sense.
No, what?
Jesus,
No, I'm not
Doc.
re-rolling this. I'm not re-rolling this.
Doc's got it
Yeah.
covered. He's got a 30.
Oh, shit.
Well, no, it's a 27 minus 3. I don't get the D4 on that.
I don't care if it's a 27 or a 30. It's way more than an 8. Okay?
With a 27, Doctor, there was a few very obscure older books you have come across to where individuals could use Validium to add other elements to spells. And when it was used to revivify, typically that individual had some kind of extra innate talent for very minor magic of that element.
So I was right with my joke.
So, hold on. I have a technical question. Because Revivify is necromancy. Would that mean they have a specialization in necromancy?
There, don't believe there is an elemental plane of necromancy. So
I mean,
But
you
there
can't
is
be
one of death.
yeah, there's one of death, one of shadow, one of just straight darkness. We count the abyss.
So technically,
you're not wrong, but I will say, as obscure as that is,
Yeah.
that's just not something you're going to get.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just, pointing that out. I was kind of curious. But yeah. But that's just the first ingredient. There's a second ingredient we'll need, and I don't know how to get this.
What's that?
Petrified heartwood of a world tree or another planar bound relic.
I mean, when you
What?
Would Red know any of that?
Has Drac maybe sold some?
No. But Red would.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Red.
Yeah.
You don't know which one.
Uh-huh.
You don't know how close or far in the resurrection line that this is. But you do know that one of your nests was at the base of a tree that spanned through dreams and reality.
Not that this particularly helps much, but in one of my incarnations, I had a nest at the base of the tree.
Of a world tree.
Right. You know.
Well,
Phoenix.
all right. I need to ask this. Does Doc know what a world tree is?
World trees would be obviously not common, but
Yeah.
known enough because they have, again, incredible parts and things you can use in the arcane. You would know that they're not as profound as like we as like players think of a world tree. They're not incredibly common, but they are known of. They are known to grow. That these trees don't care about realms. They just go where the life is.
just off to the side, Eva has like mentally cracked and is giggling at the thought of Red building a giant nest.
You know, just because I'm not a bird now doesn't mean I have never been a bird.
Doesn't
course
make
I
it
had
any
a
less
nest.
funny.
Ugh. Right. I'm glad you find it humorous.
Did that make Red a housewife?
As far as she knows, she's never. Okay, wait, I'm doing this in character. Did you ask that in character? Because I'm gonna do it in character.
I think Doc would say it out loud, like mumble it out loud, yeah.
As far as I know, I've never had any children, thank you very much.
You don't need kids to be a housewife.
I don't really. No, I don't think so. But, I'm trying very hard not to flambe you right now, Doctor.
I would appreciate you not doing that since I
Which is-
just got him back. Thank you.
It's pretty much the only reason I haven't yet.
Good.
Drac has set his cup down this entire time. He's trying to keep a straight face. He is scared to drink because at this point he has probably choked on it almost 3 times.
Just like Mav is right now.
Yeah.
You get like right here. Nope.
Nope.
Try again. Nope.
He just puts it down. He's just like, I'm gonna wait for all this just
It's
to make
just
sure.
one of those background antics that's happening.
Eva just laughs harder because now she has Red in an apron sweeping the floor in her mind.
With the broom that she just
Yep.
got rid of.
Yep.
I didn't get rid of it! Traded it for the safety of my friends. Thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Mhm.
That is the saltiest I saved my friend's life ever.
She misses her broom, damn it!
Gosh.
Oh, don't you worry.
Oh, God. Emotional damage. Right, so let's move on from the subject of housewifery because I will never, ever, ever, ever. Anyway, how do we go about
So-
finding this tree?
Never mind the tree. Let's start with Validium. It's rare enough as it is.
Right, I'm sure we
Need
can
to
find that more easily.
I mean, theoretically, a place where the plains bleed over
Right.
wouldn't be necessarily difficult to find. It could just not be known if it's underground somewhere, but it would certainly have side effects if the planes are bleeding together, which they're not supposed to do, by the way. So that's a problem.
Right. Couldn't you ask your deity, maybe?
Well, and that was my other thought, is do we want celestial Validium for a god weapon?
It's meant for the devourer.
Right,
Yeah.
so probably.
Okay.
It's their god. The gods sentence the undying and eternal to permanent banishment.
Right.
Which
So-
is basically them saying, hey, have a god weapon and go murder the damn thing.
Mhm.
Got it.
Right.
So... Fuck, okay. And you said it has to be a rod?
Well, it just has. If we get some validium, we can forge it into the spear, but it needs to be fused with a planar bound relic or petrified heartwood of a world tree, according to the instructions here. It needs to be. It also needs to be steeped in the energies of an eclipse or celestial convergence to absorb the transient power of shifting realities.
Right.
That's a little harder.
Well, that-
Although, perhaps
com-
not an eclipse.
That's coming more of a, we just need to forge it at the right time.
Right.
Eclipses happen semi-regularly, at least. We can figure that out.
It's somewhat predictable.
I'm not skilled with celestial bodies to come up with a time frame of that.
Drax is just going to point at himself during this because
Yeah,
captain
that
of a
would
ship,
be the one.
the
Yeah.
sailor, he has to know.
Yeah.
Look, Drakex, would you happen to know what the next eclipse or some sort of celestial convergence would be, Drakex?
Brandon, as he is a captain, been on the Colosseum far enough, he has to learn how to read stars, the sun, the moon. What is the current time frame?
Well, considering you are intimately familiar with the fact there was a full moon last night.
Right.
You
You know.
Oh.
would know that there will be typically, because the way the islands move around the planet, there's a full moon here. That means if you travel in the correct direction around the planet, you can catch the eclipse quicker than it would take to just wait here.
Yeah.
So really, I can't give you a super solid answer just because it will depend upon rolls, travel time, what happens. But I would say you could easily narrow it down and pinpoint a decent 15 to 20 day trip.
Yeah. That's
Once
what I was trying to figure out is
your vessel is completed. That's including the extra 5 days that are left for it to be completed.
Yeah.
Way more than that, but yes.
Like a week or something, yeah.
Yeah,
We still
It's
have
a week and a half, yeah.
We still have something being made for us in the magic
Yes.
shop. So do you need to go
Yeah,
pick
that's
that
it.
up?
So we still have a week and a half anyway that we're staying here.
You do.
So yeah. So
Right.
Drac can just look at them, be like, with some travel time included with the full moon last night, we'll have to possibly 3-10 day from now get to a location where we could get an eclipse.
Eva has not tried. Does she get any sort of connection from Drakex in his current state?
If you focus on it, there is a sensation of subjugation. If you look at Drakex, you feel if you focus hard enough, just something about I can make him do whatever the fuck I want.
She will file that information away.
For not his benefit.
Listen, it's Eva, not Grace. Grace is a totally different Dampier, okay? She would fuck him up.
Look, I have seen the tendencies come out in Eva.
Yes. And she fights them. regularly. Unless her crew is threatened, in which case she will unleash the full force of the undead hells. As much as is possible, because fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yesterday was not a great day.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so I need to do some god talking, and we have some things to do around the island. How did your compass thing turn out?
I haven't found any clues to it. I'm hoping that a certain first mate will actually have some luck, stumble upon something, as he has a nose for those types of things.
Right.
So,
Alright. Well, since I'm apparently not going to have a mental breakdown today like I thought, I'm going to go find my child, and then we're going to go talk to a god. Whether that happens here or somewhere else, I don't care.
I'm coming with you.
This whole forging thing. We're gonna have to do that, right?
Well, I imagine we can find someone who's skilled in forge. There is a temple in town that would be, but I don't think it wise to come back here once we leave.
No, and where's the fun in that, though?
Well, again, there are many people out there. There are plenty of forges to go visit.
I think Zon says she wants to learn how to do it.
Right. Start with watermelons, then work your way up to god weapons.
I've had plenty of experience with those. My legs do not need any more training, thank you.
So we need to find you a forge, and you can become a blacksmith? Is that what you're saying?
Somewhat.
Drac is gonna look at her and be like, "You're going to forge weapons with your legs now?"
I
I mean, it's a thought.
it's a thought.
She just puts the metal against a wall and just Chung Li kicks it until it bends into shape.
Right?
Look, I don't know if
Iron
anyone here has
Fist.
I don't know if anyone here has played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 yet, but my favorite thing to do in a game is just make swords.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
Yeah.
They did that so well.
But yeah, I mean, you guys go do you. I can go and find a smithy. It's not gonna be that hard.
I'll go with you, Zon.
You should rest. You look
don't-
like shit.
I don't want you two apart right now. Nobody should
Right.
be going alone with
True.
Valathir over our
Ye-
heads.
Which means you need to choose where you're going, Drakix.
Draco's already just like, "I'm gonna disappear from everything." And more than he heard that, he's like, fuck."
You ain't sneaking away that easily.
Right.
Zon, at least.
he's just like,
Go
which way
with the
to
girls and
go?
see Cass.
All right, he'll go with the girls to see Cass.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Don't worry, I'll just give Cass a piggyback ride. She could just ride on my shoulders and direct us wherever she wants to go.
Right.
All right.
We got a
Yes.
plan.
Yeah, just be careful out there. I don't know
We
how many
will.
eyes he has around the city.
Not to worry.
We'll just blind them every time we see them.
Hey,
Right.
also, side thought. If you find more of those people who don't remember things, see if we can get more from them. Because them not remembering important details could possibly be helpful.
Okay. Will do.
Appreciate it.
Got it.
All right. Who would head out first?
Pretty sure Eva's just going. Cause
Yeah.
Going. Okay.
she needs heir and child and
So we got Eva and Red side by side going.
Drac behind them.
How far? 5?
Not like
yeah, I'm gonna say he doesn't have to be too far back.
no, he's probably giving you guys like enough space. Probably like about 5-10 feet.
Okay.
This way, like it's respectable. You guys have your privacy, but still close enough in case of anything happens.
Trust me, at this point, anything she wants to say, you should probably hear anyway.
That's fair.
And you guys both see the fact, like, as Drac is walking behind you, he also looks like absent-minded. Like, if it was possible, you would see like one eye is paying attention to everything, and the other one is just like blank. So it's like, is he paying attention to me? I don't know, but he's definitely definitely dodging people and like saying like sorry whenever like somebody almost bumps into him or whatever. But he's not completely there. So yeah.
I don't trust this silence. What shenanigans are you about to pull?
I'm not pulling anything. I'm reading spells because I just realized I have a new heal spell for both me and Eva technically, and it's
Hell
not
yeah.
technically new. It only
no.
works on us because we're undead.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't even worried about you.
It's Brandon we're worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you keep any gold not in your bag of holding?
No, it's all in the bag of holding.
Except for what you gave Doc, because I haven't given that back
Yes.
yet, technically.
Yeah. So Doc has gold in his pocket.
Okay.
Everything that he has is in the bag of holding.
Okay. You do feel someone kind of like brush against you a little forcibly, and then you just keep walking. Oh, sorry.
He's just gonna turn immediately, like check his person, make sure nothing got slipped into his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Because technically, since they don't know what's in the bag, they can't drag anything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though it could be that they ended up grabbing a hand because there's still a body inside the bag.
They need to know there's one in there to grab it.
Yeah, they would.
But it would be kind of funny if, like, by chance they grab the hand. It would be hilarious. But anyway.
You don't notice anything new on your person.
Okay. He's just gonna be like weird. He is gonna put his hand in the bag and just like quickly count the coins, just in case.
Long time.
That's gonna take a really long time.
It's just a habit that he has. He's just always like,
Make an intelligence check.
and it's absent-minded too, so it's just like whatever, old habits. That is a 19.
19. It
Yep.
takes you some time,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not down any coins.
Okay. So yeah, no, everything's fine then.
Right.
He continues
Well,
to follow behind him.
As all of you reach the temple where you had left Eva, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break. We're going to run some ads. I'm not going to go anywhere, but we are going to run some ads. This way, hopefully you all, our viewers, don't get interrupted with ads while you're watching. So to my players, go feel free, go get water, restroom, snacks, whatever. I'll be here hanging out, but we're going to run some ads. So there it is. That easy. I want to also go look at some notes.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Alrighty, then I shall return momentarily. Yoinky.
I'm stuck with a cat. There are worse things to be stuck with, yes.
I was gonna say, of all the things to be stuck in Brandon's head, it's Kirby.
Not the Smurf intro.
Easily
Yeah. Oh, what? You mean this?
Why would you kill these things on
You're welcome.
Just for you.
Good.
Because she just put it on the soundboard, that's why.
No,
Does Twitch get and YouTube, do they get our soundboard sounds?
Yep.
If they're being captured, if Discord's being captured, yes, they do.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Use that information responsibly.
Noted.
A message from the
Alright.
government of
I
Canada.
know.
Just the slow shake of your head.
Yes.
Seriously, resident Canadian.
I know
50% tariffs.
damn well, I gave these places names. But what? What?
What?
What I missed?
The
Kelby, this has never worked for you. It's
the
not-
funniest the funniest part about all this is that stream doesn't catch Kelby's voice.
No.
So half of the
That is right.
conversation is lost in context.
I forgot about that.
So good.
Yep.
I'm sorry, chat.
Mm.
Oh boy. Mhm.
I know.
Uh-huh. That's fine. So that means we should feel free to play that Smurf intro a lot. Yes?
Oh yes. Absolutely.
Yep.
Poor
Cool.
Kelby.
Yep.
I'm just getting bullied today.
Oh. Yes.
There it is. I knew I made these. I didn't write them down.
Oh, yeah.
I just walked in. I'm like, so many comments already.
Right.
I'm
I was
just
like,
gonna-
I could say so
just-
many things.
I'm just gonna go back and enjoy my chips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ad break ended.
Wow.
Yee.
Welcome back. Did you run 3 minute? Right? Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
Oh,
Yee.
Yeah.
It's really funny that they don't because it would be better for them, but you
Mhm.
know. Most people don't like ads as it is, so it's probably better for the community.
I think it's no, because part of the problem, while we're, here, part of it is that when people are doing non Skytorn games, we forget to run them, right? Because they're not automatic. And people who I don't know that mods can run
Mods cannot.
ads,
Mods cannot.
right? So we almost have to turn on the automatic after we finish Skytorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
If they made it to where some of the YouTube, a mod, you can make a mod be an editor for a channel. That would be great.
I would
Mhm.
still argue that part of it is branding because of our name.
Yep.
And most people aren't going to join a channel that says player hater gaming. But that's just my 2 cents.
They just gotta get to
And
know us.
Yep. Hmm.
A lot of hate.
That's fair.
It's not wrong.
True.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, we're back.
So you are heading to the, I believe she was left at the Navigator's Anatheum. Is that correct?
Yes.
let
I
me
believe so.
double check just to be sure.
So I know I gave you 2 to go to, but I can't remember which one you made a connection
You
with.
gave me 3 to go to. I just have to remember which one is which.
We,
Uh,
Doc and you
The
went to
Temple
one
of
and
Celestial
you went to
Winds. So yes, it would be the Great Traveler. That's what I have written down.
Yeah, this one we left Cassandra at. You went then you did visit the other one, the one about the Forge God?
Yeah, the Iron Codex. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that one.
I don't have the third one yet, but that's okay.
We also just never went to go visit them.
I think we did. I just didn't get the name of it.
It's all right.
I don't remember. It's okay. It's been a few weeks.
I've got it all here. So, you head in. You are immediately recognized. The individual you've made contact with before, he comes to you with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, back already.
Let's just say, things didn't turn out the way we expected. So,
You see, should we? And he that's like a half gesture towards like the door. That's like semi-hidden.
if you wish, I will leave that to your discretion.
It is your business. If you want to discuss nothing, I can simply fetch Cassandra and you can go on your way.
I mean, all I can say is I can confirm they're undead. It's as far as I got. His whole court gathering, feast, whatever. But beyond that, we got nothing. Except pain. So, I would very much like to see my child, please.
Of course. Come. And he leads you to a very public stairway that leads upstairs, and you can see there's all manners of rooms up here. There are study rooms, religious rooms. Is even like a daycare, basically. And Cassandra is there just playing, just being a child.
Cass.
Wait, she's not trying to stab or steal anybody? With like a wooden sword?
You do notice it's seemingly vacant of things that could be used as sticks, prods,
Sharp objects.
Sharp objects.
I'm pretty sure Breeze would have taught her how to make anything into a weapon at some point.
Yes, just not sharp weapons. They can be blunt.
It's
You
still
can
a weapon.
see up there, kind of sitting in like a corner desk, watching the children attentively, but also like idly reading a book as well. You can see there is probably say like a 50-year-old human female. She's in the far corner. She has this kind of like smooth, a little bit of a sunburn, like a constant tan, basically, from living here on this island. Her hair is an interesting mixture of like salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm.
It is tied back in like a low, loose ponytail. She's wearing a very plain, just long brown dress. She kind of sees you approach and closes the book, smiles, stands, walks over. As she's moving, you can see the kids like, what's going on? And they start looking, and then Cassandra looks and sees you and just bolts. Unfortunately, her tiny frame does not have the power required to knock you down as much as she may want to. But she does hit you with some impact, like and hugs your legs.
I'm just going to scoop her up, pick her up, give her a big hug.
She hugs you right back, smiles.
Did you behave while I was gone?
Yes.
And
you can see the female just kind of goes like this slow fold of the arms.
There's a small grin forming on Drax's face, hearing the hesitation in that.
They say the finest steels are made through pressure and heat. I feel I'm a bit stronger after this week.
Right.
Eva just kind of, still keeping Cass in the hug, will sort of tap her and say, I might not be one to care, but you probably don't want to lie in front of the gods in their temple.
And she kind of like lowers her head a bit. She just looks down.
Was anyone hurt?
No.
Did you apologize?
Yes.
Okay. You apologized. That's okay. Eva just reaches into her pouch and gives the woman 2 gold. Here.
She just takes your hand and closes it back over the gold, just claps it. Seriously, she's a lovely child. Resilient.
Thank you. In more ways than one. Thank you very much for keeping an eye on her.
Of course. We are glad to see, and she kind of like reaches for your symbol and just taps it with her 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
We are glad to see not all are forgotten.
Even if they are, they have a way of coming back.
Stories are full of such things.
Tell me about it. Oh. I'm learning so much from these deities. They work in very interesting ways.
Well, have faith and strength.
Doing my best.
Strength to believe.
I'm getting
They
there.
do test us.
Oh.
Like I said, and she, if you allow her, she takes her hand and puts it like on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, the finest metals require pressure, heat, and constant force.
I'll remember that. Thank you again.
And she'll just kind of like pat your shoulder a bit reassuringly and smile, and then you hear like a whoop behind you as a kid pushes another one. She's like, "Excuse you!" And she just heads off.
So, what did you do while I was gone? Besides hurting children?
We learned about islands,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned that there's a monster below us,
Mm-hmm.
but he stays in a ball,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also learned I can throw a ball really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We would play outside, and we had to throw a ball as far as we could. It was heavy, but I did good.
Oh, okay. We might have to work on that. See if we can do some refining there. Be the best thrower on the islands.
Yeah.
Drac, just mentally learn, throw ball, then throw dagger. Next on the to-do list. Make
Later.
great dagger thrower after this.
Later, grenade thrower.
Yep.
Later,
Well,
it's javelins.
Just in his mind, if you can throw a ball, you can throw a knife.
Yes, exactly.
They might not have the same trajectory, but boy, do they feel the same.
Uh-huh.
I mean, one could be thrown further than the other.
Yep. And also pointy and into person.
Swear to God. Having collected my dear child and trying to avoid Drek's intrusive thoughts, Eva will actually make her way back to the ship. That is currently where she is safest. She believes.
Gotcha. Dr. Levigazan.
Yep.
What are you up to?
Neat.
As you can
Apparently we're
hear,
going.
the sound of construction below you is in full swing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Walls are being torn down. They are being hauled out. They're still very much in the demo stage.
I do have a question. You did say for the purpose of the thing, Doc's officially at 1 HP, but do I get a long rest or no?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just at 1 HP, technically speaking.
Yes.
So would breakfast have counted as a short rest for him?
Lunch?
Lunch. Yes. Lunch.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll some of those hit dice.
Sure, I'll roll a couple.
Yes, because I remember Zahn tried to cure wounds him and nada.
Mm-hmm.
Nada.
No.
It's a fair amount. 26 back.
Hell no.
Better than one.
That's like all your hit points, basically.
Well, it's
You got a
effectively half,
point.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, last session, by the way, we leveled up. I realized I was doing my hit points entirely wrong
Oh, geez.
because I was taking
Right.
averages and not max.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you're looking
we're,
pretty
we're
good
doing pretty
now.
good. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another
Mhm.
30 hit points.
Just to make Zahn feel a little better, I'll cast 5th level False Life on myself to give me the extra oomph.
How long does that
Yeah.
last?
I believe it's 1 hour.
Okay. So for an hour, you got a little pep in your step. You basically chugged a monster.
I'm really good at rolling False Life, by the way. I've always hit 4s with it.
Nice.
So that's a 28 temporary hit points.
Jeez.
Nice.
Nice.
I figure that they wait for the others to leave, let them have some time, and then finish off lunch, breakfast, and then eventually head out.
Okay. Where are you going?
Does Zahn remember passing any blacksmiths along the way to her search for compost?
Yeah,
Or
there's going
during
to be a few it'll pass through.
or at our time when we were looking for magic shops.
That too. Yeah, would there be one that they could narrow down that A, worked in weapons, and B, seemed to be more on the divine side?
But it isn't the temple.
That isn't the temple, yeah.
That isn't the temple?
Yeah. If there's no other option, she'll go to the temple.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Both of us?
Both of you, yeah.
Yeah, no. She's making sure that Doc doesn't trip and die again. That's a 6.
13 total.
$13 total. So you walk around, you kind of like clock a few of them, you pass by them, and you kind of like do like the slow window shop walk as you go through them, trying to
Yeah.
see like what do they have, what are they working on, what are they doing, what are they
Anything actively being forged. Listen for that quenching of metal.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. As you do, Doc and Zahn, you watch as a really like a quick scurry of a little creature like through the street.
Did you just
I did.
did it
Like dog size, cat size,
Uh,
goblin
kid size.
size?
Squirrel sized.
Squirrel size.
Squirrel, rat, mouse sized.
Okay. Rodent.
Rodent.
Does this feel like an omen she should follow? Like a sign?
Make an insight check.
Damn it.
Doc would need a better look at it to think any
15?
of his guesses.
15. Certainly strange that here in the city, when there is ample actual open forestry and land on this particular island, that one would just be running through the streets.
And just happen to cross in front of us.
Zahn grabs Doc's hand and just starts following it without a word.
You take him down
Doc
the
is
side alley.
curious though, yeah.
You take him down the side alley, and it's a squeeze. Like both of you like do like the crab walk sideways. You start, but eventually, just as you're moving, Zahn and Doc, your backs start to get hot. Like
Oh, hurry up!
The
Hurry up.
stonework is warm, and you keep pushing through. And
Can I
as
see
you
the other
come-
side?
Not yet. No.
Never mind.
Just you can just feel behind you. It's the brick is very warm.
Mhm.
You push through, and you both, as you get through, you hear clang, 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 clang. Two hammers working, and you both kind of turn and look. You can see there is a forge there that has a kind of this very basic. There's no sign. It is just a shield that has the insignia of Civ Malum. Excuse me, Civ Malum upon it, which you would know is the Warbringer, the deity of war.
Looks like it led us to the right place.
I mean, anyone knows to make a weapon, it's someone who serves the war god.
Yep. Why did I suddenly get nervous about asking them there?
I think the right word you're looking for is might be intimidated, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking inside this three-walled building, there are two individuals who are, you're not sure if they're more beard or more man, but there are two
definitely
individuals
dwarf.
who
There are
are
man beards.
Beards.
who are probably about, both of them right at 5 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They have thick leather aprons on, and they have gloves that kind of like are basically like, you see like the glove has been cut to fit the forearms,
Oh, okay.
and they're just two just in unison
Yep.
working out a piece of metal. You can see adorning the wall is all manner of blades, axes, shields. You don't see any full sets of metal armor, but you do see like pieces, like a breastplate here, a greave there, a gauntlet here or there. You don't see anything that's, you could probably piece together a full set, but you don't see like a dummy,
matching,
like a wooden
yeah.
dummy that's just decked out in a full plate.
Yeah.
Zahn is just eyes wide, looking at all the weapons like, holy shit, this is the place.
Doc's looking at all the weapons and armors, trying to see the tiny details of intricacy that might have gone into making these.
What languages do you speak on?
Common, Druidic, Giant, Infernal, and Quarry.
Doc, what languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Celestial, Common, and Nosh.
No
In-
Dwarvish.
In Giant,
Oh.
behind the forge, you can see there is a scrawling across a metal like sheet,
Yeah.
and it says in Giant, a sword without purpose is no better than scrap metal. Tell me, do you seek to wield or do you seek to understand?
Ooh. I feel like Zon's like saying that in Giant, just kind of like under her breath.
Doc, you hear a very guttural like wisp, like from Zon. You're like,
What the fuck?
That's a good point.
Good,
I
you
don't think
joking?
has Zon ever spoken giant around
I
Doc?
don't think so.
No.
I don't think so either.
Nope.
Learn something new.
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
I didn't.
It's Giant.
I didn't know
Yeah.
you spoke giant.
A little bit here and there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, what did it say?
Oh, Zon would remember.
I will send it to you so you can say
Thank
it
you.
however you want to say it.
And I'm going to save it in my notes because, yeah.
There you go.
It's a saying about a sword. Asking, basically, do you seek to wield it or do you seek to understand what its purpose is? Or kind of what it says.
Well,
Yeah.
we can do both. You wield it, I understand it.
I like that. I guess we should talk to them and figure out if they'll even teach me.
Never hurts to ask.
True. Excuse me. When you have a moment.
Tong tong pong pang 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 pang. You're not sure they heard you.
As much as I want to use my gift, I probably shouldn't, do that. She's going to use Druidcraft and kind of make some harmless sensory falling leaves in front of them. Something that's not normal there, but
Okay.
won't do harm to what they're working on.
Got you. And despite your best intentions, as this comes across, one looks up confused, but his hand is still down in the downward position, and he looks confused. The other guy didn't notice it, and just wham! And you just hear and just this horrible cursing. Neither of you
Ooh.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Zon just, instantly hands down, nope, didn't do it. Mm-mm.
And they just start yelling at each other in a language you don't understand. It is
Uh,
a rough, low, gravelly language.
In Giant, she's gonna be like, excuse me?
The one guy, he's trying to get the glove off and trying to, take care of his thumb. The other guy looks.
I can heal that. Eh.
And
Maybe
begin
you speak
speaking in Giant.
Yeah. Speaking
Doc,
Giant.
you are now that guy in the grocery line. You know what's going on.
Yeah, it's fine. I've done it enough times to Zon.
The other guy is just cursing about why'd you hit my thumb. The other guy's like, oh, I didn't know you stopped, and
Yeah.
they're going back and forth and
Can
just,
I-
trying to convince him you can heal him. And he looks at you and just shoves a horrible, mangled, gnarled thumb in your direction.
She's going to gently hover her hands over top and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
at her only first level, but it's
And
what
it's
she
really-
has.
And it's really just her like popping the fingers so it's all straightened now.
Yeah, pretty
That's it.
that is only 3 points of healing because I rolled like shit.
So you hear a and it straightens out. It'll heal better.
Yeah, yeah.
And he-
Can Doc cast healing word?
you can, yeah.
Yeah, I'll cast a second level healing word that kind of help it. 11.
Okay. You hear one more pop and a groan, but the wound closes and it is freshly healed over. It's a little scarred, a little weird like newborn baby pink. It will, fade eventually, but
Yeah.
it's fixed.
Well, that's good.
And the individual who appears to be like, you can just looking at their attire, you can tell which one is the owner of the forge, which one the apprentice. And the apprentice is the one that got his thumb smashed. And he kind of heads off because the individual was like, we have customers take 10 basically in giant
Mhm.
or excuse me, dwarvish. And then he heads off and you can see he's like going to some water, washing his hands, and just grabs like a thing of like bread, meat, and cheese and just storms off. And the other individual is still there that did the hitting with the hammer,
Yeah.
sets it down, grabs some tongs, grabs the metal, and sets it like on like the edge of the open forge
Mhm.
just to keep it like
Mhm.
warm.
Yeah.
And he takes his gloves off, throws them down. Right. Afternoon.
Afternoon. Sorry about that distraction there.
Oh, it's fine. He's got
More thumbs.
10
Yeah.
digits.
Exactly. He'll live.
Ah.
Yeah. So kind of stumbled across this place. No, it sounds weird, but we were kind of led here by something.
Led here.
Yeah. I don't know, this little creature kind of led us through the alleyway down over there, and I don't know, something drew me here.
Right. Well,
Um-
despite the fact you sound like a lunatic, what can I do for you?
You can teach me. How to forge it. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Sorry, I'm not taking any more apprentices.
probably forge better than him. I can at least dodge out of the way of you striking you down a hammer on my thumb.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
I feel like if Doc attempted to assist, it's just hinder.
no. Okay. 14.
14. He kind of like looks you up and down. I've never seen you before.
I'm not from around here.
How long you staying?
Week and a half. Might be able to extend it a bit longer. Maybe.
You want to learn what there is to runesmithing in a week and a half.
I
Yeah.
already have a decent grasp on some room smithing, but not a lot. I've helped recharge them and reaffix them.
Right.
As well, I do my own enchanting.
Oh, he does his own enchanting.
Over the table, Drac would love this guy. Not gonna lie, but still.
It'd be easier if you just tell me what you want and I can make it.
How good are you at forging with Verlirium?
Pretty skilled. It's a finicky material, but you get the temperature right. Use the right kind of flames. You can actually melt it.
You wouldn't have had any in stock that you could forge with right now, right?
No, that's pretty controlled here on this island.
Figured as much.
But I'm not gonna ask where you got it from if you bring me some.
I believe we are still owed a favor from the trading companies.
Hmm. Now that's a powerful favor.
Felt that they were in trouble.
Hmm. Well, what do you need from this?
Well, valerium is only first ingredient we need. However, we're still working on the second ingredient. We need to forge a spear.
That's easy enough.
The second ingredient is what makes it rather difficult. The valerium, in fact, could be considered trivial. Unless you happen to know where we can find a planar bound relic or wood from our world tree.
World tree.
Yes.
Just who in all the realms walked into my shop?
Well, someone being instructed to build a weapon by some gods, and I imagine Doc kept the scroll in his
Yeah.
bag. I imagine he would because he's the one who found it and kind of had a death grip on it for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
He'll produce the scroll, and do you read Celestial?
And he just points to some of the weapons that are hanging. You can see the runes are in Celestial.
Mm-hmm. Well, here, this second paragraph is the ingredients.
He
This
kind of
is
holds his hands back a minute,
Mhm.
holds up a finger, walks away. He washes his hands,
Fair enough.
gets himself cleaned up a bit, dried off, heads back over, and takes the scroll from you.
Mhm.
He looks at it, looks at you, looks at it, looks at Zahn, looks at it, lowers it a bit, brings it up again.
Yeah. He died to get that scroll.
Yeah.
And I died to read it. And he shoves it back in Doc's hands.
So,
Not much you can do when a goddess of life tells you to bring this back and make it.
And he kind of like turns his back from you. And you can see there's like a bunch of like half finished weapons. The only thing they're missing is the runes.
mhm.
And he kind of looks at it for a moment. You can see there's marks in them. They've been engraved. They should be ready to hold magic, but they haven't been infused yet. And he looks over them.
Do I recognize any of the enchantments? Or what enchantments should be placed in them?
It's generally how do I put this? Elegantly simple.
Mhm.
Very basic +1/+2 enchantments, things that make them hit harder, be hardier, things to make them able to be thrown and returned to you, things to let them strike true.
Doc would see that they're not enchanted, and I should say, recognizing what they're meant to do. Do you need someone to enchant them, or do you have someone already lined up to do it?
No, it was me up until about a week ago. Then it just stopped.
What do you mean?
Well, he turns back around and kind of like almost like semi defeated, like sits back on the anvil. Couldn't always forge. I couldn't always make runes, but I wanted to. You want something bad enough, you're willing to go through some wrong channels to learn it.
Oh. Pack not full. Let me guess, the pack was taken away.
More like I was shown something was coming. And he reaches up to his neck where you can see there's like this thick, dirty scarf around it. He lowers just a bit of it, and you see a fatal scar. And he raises it back up. No one believed me when I walked back from that graveyard. I'd seen her flames, as she had touched me with her wisdom. That same day, I picked up a hammer and I made things no man, no dwarf, no elf could ever imagine. Then a week ago, something's coming, is all I got. I lost the talent.
Odd. Talent like that would be the most necessary to prepare when something's coming.
And then you show up with a scroll of divine language. Apologize, for attitude.
No, I quite understand. I'm still recovering from my death yesterday.
You look good.
If not paler than usual.
I just thought that's how all wizards look.
You're not entirely wrong with that, to be fair.
Bring me the ingredients. I'll make your spear.
All right. Well, we got a forge master at least. Now we just gotta get the wood mainly. Valerian
What's
could
your
be.
name?
What'd you say?
What's your name?
Varric.
I'm Lovikazan.
The doctor.
We'll be here for a week and a half at most right now. Come back for what we have.
And I suggest you get on it.
Say, what would it take for you and your apprentice here to potentially join us on a ship and forge it on the way? You're not a ship person?
Be more.
Understand that I am of enough sharp mind to see the irony in this statement.
Yeah.
But I prefer the solid ground beneath my feet.
Yeah.
Understandable. Plus, having a forge attached to the ship would delay us even longer.
True.
Also, I don't think there's enough room for one. Let's get rid of the kitchen.
I think
Now
the
I
crew
know
would be
you're
upset.
mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Well, that being said, we know where you are. We can come back when we have the ingredients.
What's it going to cost us?
It's already been paid for.
Doc would nod his head knowingly.
Alrighty. Well,
We do have a few
I-
weeks. Would you like some help with those enchantments at least? I can at least help you out with some of them.
Get out.
Fair enough.
so
The
I'm just
doctor
going to say, Enjoy the
Alright.
rest of your day, but nope, doesn't need that.
Doc will leave.
Okay.
Well, that was something. Think we can trust him with that?
Given his story, I tend to believe his story personally.
Yeah.
Do you shimmy your way back down the same alleyway, or do you actually find a real way to leave?
Doc left first, so she's following Doc.
Okay. I guess find the real way to leave. If there's not one, we'll go back down the alley.
No, you're in like an open marketplace. It's just
Okay.
you took the very side alley to get here.
Side yet direct alley, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least we know who can forge it. He's clearly had signs from a deity, so that works.
I can understand the resentment, though, that he has.
Yeah. Yep.
As you're walking away, and let's make a perception check.
Oh no. Ooh. Math. What is math?
I got a 10.
22.
The 22, Levikazan, you hear a very high pitched. And you, from behind you, you see out the corner of your eye the faintest of like white and blue flashes come from the forge.
What? Like something just exploded?
No. It'd be the equivalent of lighting a fire with a ton of gas, and then immediately it goes back out. Like you just say, do you look?
Yeah.
You look, and Varric is holding a long sword in his hand, and you can see the runes are glowing.
Oh. Huh. Enchanting.
Do we hear any curses?
You don't hear any, but Levikazan, yeah, through body language, you can see just this kind of like accepted defeat.
Oh.
Like, you can tell he really does not want to have anything to do with whatever it is you guys are going on, but he is not given a choice.
Yeah.
Feel his pain.
Yep. Well, let's hope maybe him forging this will help him get his powers or his skills back. At least.
I hope so. I also hope there's no repercussions for doing it.
Yeah, that too.
Something as powerful as what we're trying to make isn't that? I can imagine it'd be stressful on the one who forges it.
Yeah. I need to figure out how we can help with that.
I'll think about it. Maybe I come up with something.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to the ship and see how the others are doing.
Yeah.
And
How
we'll
long
head
do we
back.
have until that room is ready for Red?
She said 2 weeks. So by the time we leave, it should be then.
Okay. Do you need to remember
Yeah.
to go by and pick that up before we head out?
Yes. I'm not leaving without that.
I think Red would appreciate it.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll head back.
Knowing you probably have some time to yourselves, you take the scenic route back. All of you generally gather on the deck of the ship around the same time. There is still the sound of deconstruction happening beneath you. Drakix, you're free to feel worried or any concern or just confident in the skills of the people you hired.
He would go down to check it regardless, just to see like the status.
You get downstairs, it's a shock. Your ship's been gutted.
He knew that was going to happen, so it's not.
Oh yeah. But just seeing it,
he's just like internally, just like, I expected this, but there's still like a little bit of pain in his eye, seeing the fact that his ship is now being like, in essence, mutilated at this rate. He's just like, nope, it needed to be done. It had to be done. He would just nod.
You do see like basically the entire dock that is where the ship is, where your ship is at. All this space that would be reserved for like cargo is filled to the brim with new wood, old wood, semi-constructed parts. Beds are already being like delivered, like just frames, not mattresses and stuff.
Yeah,
just frames. Like you can tell it's good. It's going to be a turnaround.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just gonna like nod to the foreman, just be like, good work. Walk upstairs.
He sees you and just gives like the half salute.
Yep. He's just gonna give him a nod, like a tilt to the head. Goes back upstairs, goes into the kitchen. Probably has like a bottle of rum or something in there. And it's like pulls out a glass, pops the cork, and is about to go like just tip it right over. He goes like, nope, takes it right down instead. Corks it, puts it away. And then he just sits down and just stares off into the distance.
Rest of you?
Probably on the deck, since they're doing actual construction down below.
Yep.
Eva would have just found a spot probably closer to the bow, because less stuff going on there. And she doesn't have commune as a spell, necessarily, but she is basically going to try and make that connection with the Grey King to see if she can get information, materials, just anything. Get more of an insight of what they're doing.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Damn it. Stupid should be wisdom. Why is the cleric-based thing not wisdom?
You're not wrong. It is kind of weird.
That's a 2, because I have nothing.
Unfortunately, with the 2, you are not able to establish a strong enough link.
Yeah. Fair. Thought, though. See if this will work. It might not work. Can she use her channel divinity and cast Create Void, which tears the plane, and see if that could create a space, necessarily, like a pocket, to another. Normally it's supposed to just pull creatures to it, but would that have the ability to trigger?
Well, it'd be a great time for us to take a 10-minute break while I research that.
I was waiting for that.
We're going to go take our 10-minute break, y'all. We're actually going to go on our BRB screen. We're going to get some snacks, some water, run some ads, and we'll see you when we get back. See you guys in 10 minutes. break. We're gonna get right back into it. So, Eva, I did some research. Gonna answer your question. I need a D20.
Yes, sir. Still a fucking goose egg, so
No, just a D20. Just a D20.
yeah, I
So
know, but it's
technically
still a 10.
Greg.
I don't have any D4s technically. I used my last one last game. It just hasn't been updated.
So you're standing on the deck of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
and you're moving towards the front of the ship.
Mm-hmm. Like, probably here-ish. Making sure she doesn't pull the ballista into the void.
Yeah. Does anybody go with her as she moves around?
I mean, Red's practically attached to her hip at the moment.
Okay. Not a lot of room up there. So,
Correct.
are you attempting to cast this beyond 15 feet away from you?
So, the way I kind of see it is that she would be here and she's casting it back over the deck, if that makes sense. Because if it works and she does succeed, whatever would be spawned would fall onto the deck.
Okay. Got it.
If it works.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of putting this basically like 20 feet in the air as well.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. So nobody gets pulled into it,
Huh?
That was my first question, actually.
but as you cast this, need you to make a perception check as you stare into the basically like hairline fracture that is created for a split second.
Oh, that was almost good. 15.
15. You look in, and time in the nine hells is interesting. As you stare into this, a second is pulled into a minute, and your vision just cascades over an endless realm of sand, blood, bone, cannibalism, demons, devils, pure anarchy.
Out of curiosity, would you be able to know which of the 9 she's looking into?
Actually, you would. I just need to do some Googling real quick to make sure I described it properly.
Hell yeah. Time for Darwin's 9 Hells. Or Dante's 9 Hells, sorry, wrong one.
Oh no, it just said. Okay, that's a. Take everything back I just said.
Fair enough.
You see. I'm just going to read it straight from the description.
Uh-huh.
You see an endless bog of vile pollution, decaying bodies, and rotting marsh. Looks like it seems to be under a perpetual rain, sleet, and a hail of storms. As you have stared into Mineros. It is the 3rd level.
Okay.
But again, For you, a minute. Everybody else, barely a second.
Right.
There's a quick kick up of wind. Things are pulled upward, like the sails are kind of like pulled out of line. Some like crates move a few inches. Nothing lifts off the ground because she made it high enough off the ground. But for dramatic effect,
Yeah.
Is my hat affected?
How close are you?
you have to catch your hat. You have to
Okay.
quickly grab it. I'm not going
It
to
only-
take it from you. That's just
It only
wrong.
goes 15 feet.
But
How close are you?
it's
I'm
a heavy
underneath it.
gust of wind.
Yeah.
You don't lose the hat. You do catch it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, after that second, it would reseal itself, so
Yep.
she'll just let it go. There's no more magic left.
Okay.
Doc's going to take a second and go speak to Dragix.
Okay. You head into the kitchen. You can see sitting there with a uncorked rum bottle within arm's reach and an empty glass, kind of like 3 or 4 shot worth glass, but it's empty. Basically a whiskey glass. You can see Dracus is there, just kind of like not looking at anything, but also looking at everything.
And at this moment, he also takes his rapier out, puts it on the table, and he just like looks at it for a minute. And then it just slowly starts to arc and turn into a lightning form as he closes his eyes and tries to commune with Tempest. As he's going to do some and pretty much ask for guidance and for like any kind of hints or suggestions towards the compass, because as long as he gets the compass, it'll make everything else easier. So, religion check?
Yes, please.
Okay. Be nice to be nice. That is a 21.
21. With a 21, the lightning that is your rapier dims and it turns back into metal.
Okay.
What do you do?
He's going to look around,
Okay.
see if anything's changed around him.
Okay. You did notice the door had opened and you can
Yeah.
see the doctor was walking in.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure to close the door behind as well.
Okay. You unsure of where this how far into the room would you have let Dr. Gelton before you started this?
He wouldn't have realized that Doc walked in until like he started.
Okay.
So Doc walks in, he's already trying this.
Right.
Doc will recognize a ritual when he sees one and will give him the space he needs.
You see Doctor has come into the room. But as you look at him after this happens, you realize he's not moving. You
Okay.
realize the clothing he's wearing, it should be falling to the natural flow of gravity as he walks, but it seems to be frozen in its descent of gravity.
He lets out the breath that he has because he was just like, this may or may not work. The moment he sees that, he's like, oh, it worked. Okay. And at this point, he's just going to look around and be like, Lord Tempest, I request guidance. Like, his voice is sure, but at the same time, there's just like
You
a
hear,
little bit of
you don't see
trepidation.
it first,
Mhm.
as you're kind of looking around, and you say that you look like far enough to your right to where part of your vision of the room and the table is cut off.
Mm-hmm.
You hear
He's going to turn and look towards it.
flip, 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 flip. You see you. the eyes are not eyes. They are lightning made into spheres. Never known you one much to ask for help. You always took what you wanted. In a oddly good sense. Certainly the strangest in my bloodline.
He's gonna stop for a second. He's just like, wait. He's gonna kind of like.
I need you to grab a D6, a D4, and a D8.
You're playing cards, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, I am. I figured as much.
Use those skills that helps you develop.
D6. D8. And you said a D4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you might need a 10.
It tells me that after I put a D10 away.
Sorry.
It's actually funny the fact that the first dice I pulled out of my bag was a D10. Okay.
After he says that, he lays down his first card. Face up, mind you.
Uh-huh.
He lays down a 4.
Okay.
And this game starts in order of smallest to highest dice.
Got it. So D4 it goes.
Yep. You lay it down or you say anything?
He's gonna, as he's going to pull out the card, which I also got a 4, he's gonna look, well, normally I know which way to go in order to get the treasure that I seek. This time, I don't know where it is.
You're hunting for that needle in the haystack.
Yes. But, as you know, what is impossible is what I enjoy to do the most.
What would you do with it even? He sets out another card. Roll D6.
First off,
he throws down a 3.
6.
Okay.
He, first thing I would do is find the items that we need to create this spear, because they're rare, and instead of trying to buy them or steal them, find natural grain that makes things a lot easier for us. No more targets for at least a while on our back.
No, knowledge ain't free.
And if you know me, as long as I can get it, I'll do any job.
With that, before he puts the card down, that familiar clawed hand that you have, it's your body, except for the eyes. He reaches it towards you and then pulls it back, and you feel something pulled out of you as 20 platinum coins manifest out of your chest and then land in front of you. Then the same lands in front of him. About the only thing you have on you worth a damn is your life. So, he'll put down. Actually, no, he won't throw those last 2 cards yet. He'll slide forward 5 coins.
It's funny is the fact that when you put the cards down, like the coins down, my first thought was Jack is pushing 5 coins too.
Okay.
So like as he pushes forward 5, Drac is also pushing forward 5. So it's just like back and forth.
He sets down a 4.
A 5. Not even questioning it. Drac is just gonna push forward like another 5. Well, I'm not afraid to gamble. My life, my skills, or anything, because I already have something else that I'm gambling with. As this helps me help them. But I also am gambling with that little curse that I got. Because it may help in the long run.
Oh, these ain't years off your life, child. These are years of servitude added on to the end of it.
He just looks and just grins. That's not gonna make me change my mind. I'll complete the impossible.
For the last card, I will allow you to roll it before you reveal it. Shit, dropped it.
Well, I've been playing along this entire time.
Drac slides the card under.
Mm-hmm.
Not really paying much attention to it. Doesn't matter the outcome. Servitude, freedom. As long as I have a way to help them, protect them, make sure they live to their fullest, I will go through hell and fire, my soul being ripped apart without second thoughts. And he will flip his card over, and it's a 1.
He also flips over a 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
I think you win, Drax.
I did win!
Yeah.
With a 1?
With a 1!
Now, what
Because my total is a 16.
Yep. 12. What would make you think I'd want you torn apart?
I know you don't. You have helped me
reclaim what is mine, and I will reclaim it. Take care of that body and that soul. I'll be needing it. And you hear the door close from the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You have a very weird patron. Just saying.
That wasn't Tempest, though. So
No.
it wasn't Tempest. That was somebody else. Drac is just like... Drac is, at this moment in time, just staring down at the rapier and just like... Who? And then he's thinking back to the dream. The dragon and the wolf.
You're right there, Drax.
He kind of like looks, and you see confusion on his face.
You see confusion on Doc's face.
Maybe?
Doc will put up a chair next to you, and did I just miss something?
I played cards against myself when I tried to commune with Tempest, and I won, but it wasn't Tempest, and they told me to keep this body safe because they will take what is theirs.
Okay.
I wonder if it's the dragon from that dream.
What?
And at this point, he would tell him about the running through the forest, seeing their bodies as trees, the wolf and the dragon, and how he woke up, and that's when he started realizing that he may have the curse in him.
Okay. First guess, whoever that is didn't appreciate you tainting the body with a curse. Second guess, there has been no living dragons since the time before. And the only one we know of is currently encased in a cube.
Mm-hmm. Drake is gonna nod.
I do remember hearing a theory that dragonborns are all related to those dragons. They're a different breed with mortals. And that's how Dragonborn came to be.
I've heard the same, so I'm not totally surprised, but
Well, it's a weird way to get it confirmed, I guess.
I agree.
Odd that he singled you out.
Maybe it's because, and I'm spitballing at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because when we went to the temple and I was speaking to Jaxel, maybe a connection was made inadvertently, even though Jaxel was just a shred of who he was.
Possibly, could just also be generally interacting with an entity such as the Phoenix in general. Makes you an interesting person.
Yeah.
Hell, you're surrounded by a very interesting crew. Think about it.
And I accept that every day. Now, like I told him,
And I hate to point this out to you, Drakex, but you're considered a normal one of this group.
and Drake kind of like, well, probably before the entire trip over to the castle. Yeah. Now I'm apparently
Well, even before that, I'm tainted bloodline.
He's a normie.
well, now I'm
Zon's
apparently
a dream warrior, Red's a phoenix, and Eva's a vampire.
well, now I'm a tech kind of pseudo lycanthrope because of the curse.
Which I can remove anytime you want me to try.
I know.
I'm respecting your choice to let it stay, but I do think it will need to be taken care of at some point.
After we deal with Eva Sire, if he comes around and attacks us or we leave.
I'm more worried that he might have power over you.
I think, in all honesty, between Eva and him, like he said, Eva definitely has power, but I think that she is far stronger than he is. So if I'm going to gamble,
I think she
I
has the
will be.
potential to be stronger than he is.
I'm going to gamble on Eva to protect my mind in that case.
I'd say it's a good bet, but I'm also a gamble addict, so I can't tell you that.
I know.
Speaking of a gamble, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Or a request, actually. And I don't want you to tell anyone else of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
I need help picking out something for Zon.
The head tilt. Huh?
I died yesterday, Drakix, before I could do this, and I want to do it as soon as I can.
I watched you
Yes.
dust. So yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I don't want to waste this chance. So I want to propose to Zahn, and you're captain of the ship, so you would have to be the officiate.
Zach Drac just like
Yep.
his face goes blank. He's like
Paige is internally screaming, just so you know.
Yep.
like, wait, what? Huh? Sorry. And he kind of like takes his pinky, cleans out his ear, like both ears. He's just like, can you say it one more time?
I want to propose to Zahn,
Okay, I wanted to make sure I heard it the first time.
and you have to
Okay.
officiate it as captain of the ship.
I wanted to make sure that I heard that part especially. Okay.
The captain, I believe the captain has the power to do so.
I am honored, to be honest. I may be the captain, but that is the highest honor you could give me. So I appreciate it.
I would trust you and no one else to do it.
Somewhere Red is highly offended.
She's not sure why.
Drake is just going to nod, feel like the scales in the back of his neck go up, and he's like, I feel like somebody's mad at me. Maybe it's Red.
If it's Red, she's mad at all of us at some random points in time, anyways.
That is very fair. So I'm just gonna ignore it for now.
My comment from earlier this morning got her pretty heated.
Yeah, that is fair. As Drac finally like intakes this information from Doc, did he get anything from his little card game regarding the compass by chance?
What do you mean?
Because that was the reason why he reached out, was to try to get information on the compass.
Yeah.
So I won the game. Did I get anything for that? Smidge? Something? Nothing? You just... God damn it!
You lose! Good day, sir!
Good day, sir!
Okay.
Maybe you'll get it in a dream tonight. Who knows?
Maybe. Okay. All right, coming back into the moment.
Okay.
He just
I
looks
just
at him
know
like,
when you leave this room.
got it. Okay. He's just gonna like look at him. It's like, all right, what do we need then?
Well,
I take it you already have a ring and all that.
I do, but I need it resized.
Got it. So when do you want to do this?
Well, you have time to kill. Why not while we're here? If you want to do it, at least get it started today. It might take a couple days for it to be set, so I like to get it done before we have to leave.
So you let me know when it's ready, and we will do this.
Okay. Would you allow me to use some of the coin you lent to me?
Whatever coin I have is yours. You don't have to ask.
Well,
I only am stingy because of the fact that I'm half dragon. I need a horde. Gold is shiny.
And I'm also going to be making some clothing purchases. So
Drac just like takes the bag of holding off, hands it over.
Okay.
And it's just like, really? It's like anybody in the party could just say, hey, I need money. The bag of holding gets to them.
All right. Doc will actually put the rest of the coin he has on him back into the bag of holding. The 6,500 platinum he's been carrying around.
Yep. Yeah, so you let me know when you're ready. He gets up, puts the rapier away. Also pats him on the
stand up?
shoulder. Yeah.
When you stand up, you hear a as if something fell to the ground.
He's going to look over and reach for whatever it is.
You pick up a large, ornately designed compass made entirely of silver and enchanted sapphires.
Doc is just gonna see Drac with the blankest face right now. It's like before, like it was blank. No. There was still emotion there. This one is now just blank.
Doc's gonna look at it as like, okay, we concluded that wasn't Tempest. Whoever this is still has power. So I should probably examine that to make sure it's what we're looking for, right?
His hand is the most stiffest it's ever been, as it just right over.
I'll spend 10 minutes casting Identify on this thing.
Okay. This is the Celestial Compass, a legendary artifact said to be able to navigate to any island within any plane of existence. Unlocking the secrets requires more than what you have available to you, but you do get things based on the spell. It is capable of locating any point that is known or desired within reason by the currently attuned user. It does not matter if this item is hidden, rumored, invisible, locked away, it will point towards it and navigate the best path. Many believe it to be linked to either the Time Weaver or the Wayfarer. It is said to belong to a set of 3 that would make one singular person basically the greatest navigator known to gods and devils.
I could translate this all to Drakics.
Upon closer inspection, you can see that there are almost like a Swiss watch. There are intricate inner workings that can be manipulated. The dial itself does not point north. It rotates to indicate the exact location of whatever the wielder desires the most within reason. As you hold it, even just whatever you may want, it is already beginning. You hear gears, things moving unseen beneath the face of this compass, as the dial itself doesn't move, but instead the numbers and the symbols, they all begin to align themselves as needed.
Doc sees this happening and just passes it to Drakics. I already know what I want, and I know the path to get to it, so...
Drac is going to take it, and he's going to... Does it have a chain by chance?
It does not.
Does it have an
Okay.
attachment for one?
Yeah, that's my second question.
There is not.
Okay.
But what is interesting, on the back of it, there is about a 3-inch wide gap that's about a quarter of an inch deep, indented into the metal, manufactured into the metal.
So in essence, a belt loop, kind of. I could put it on. I could put like
Could
a
be seen
strap
as
through it.
It could be seen as a strap, yes.
Okay. He's going to look at the compass, look back at Doc, and the biggest grin is going to appear on his face. I am so proud of the fact that I gambled and won, because this will help us so much already.
I'm so glad those skills I taught you in cards paid off.
Yes, I appreciate that so much.
I think this kind of solves most of our problems.
That it does. That it does. We will figure out the set of 3 later. Right now, it is imperative that we first get
What we need.
Exactly. The materials for the weapon. And
Speaking of Valerium, I think we are still owed a favor from the trade company.
we are.
Could we cash that in for some Valerium? Valerium. Look, there are so many V names for ores out there. I'm getting them confused. Like, I'm not the only one here, right?
No. Would there be a headquarters, like an office for the Cloud Sea Trading Company here?
So there isn't. Yes, no. There is an office here for them, but they don't have any one place you would call the main headquarters.
Yeah, no. He's just looking for like a pseudo branch office, not like the main office. Yeah, because he figured like there is no set location for them, but they will on each island have a branch office, as far as he's aware. Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, it's places you can go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, now he could because he's legit, but before, no. He's going to look at Doc and be like, well, they do have an office here, so we could head out, leave Zond with the girls, and take care of that little errand as we go and see if we can get Viridian from them.
Yes, we should. That's why we're not breaking the going in pairs rule we've been implementing.
Yes, because I definitely don't want Red to flambe me. I don't think I would taste well barbecued.
Just
Meat's
because
too
you're
tough.
flambéed doesn't mean you're being eaten.
He kind of just like, how did you hear me? I wasn't talking out loud. It's like, that's worrisome. Stop spying on me, Red. He just kind of whispers, do you think she knows? Do you think she knows about the other thing? I don't think I said it out loud, right?
You didn't. Just don't oversell it.
I'm not trying to. Okay, let's just go.
Yeah.
You head out.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and the compass is actually going into the bag of holding, because right now we're not going to try to attune it or anything. He doesn't want it out for anybody to see.
Got it. Okay. Red, Eva, anything y'all are up to once you get back to the ship?
I mean, Red's gonna be sticking close to Eva, making sure she's okay.
Okay.
Given her inability to connect with her deity and her horrible attempt to apparently rain hell down upon them, I would say Eva probably just very defeatedly gives up and is just wasting time for a while, trying to decompress, trying to regain whatever mental sanity she can.
Gotcha.
Because today's been a bit of a day for her.
Mm-hmm.
A bit. Zon, what are you up to?
Cats.
Zon's gardening.
Zon's gardening?
Yeah.
Very well. think it's a great place to go ahead and cut off today's session. Great job, guys. I had a blast. Hope you did too.
So
Yeah.
wedding next session, right? This is how this is gonna go.
Oh boy.
What was that?
I said wedding next session. This is how this is gonna go.
Wedding one shot.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Turns into full campaign either way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's us. It's always going to happen.
Well,
Uh-huh.
everybody, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the stories we tell here and continue to come back and just enjoy and have fun. Until next time, please be safe. Do not forget your snacks and have an incredible rest of the night.